Bula, welcome everybody to the Corona Cero Post Show. Corona Cero made with 100% natural ingredients. And we had a beautiful practice day today. Went to yellow alert in the lead up to a world title day as we check out this gorgeous view from the Fiji Marriott Resort Moby Bay. A classy day in paradise. Check out those berets on the water. That could be you. Join us next year. This event's going to be on tour throughout 2029 at minimum, but I think it's here to stay. In surfing history, a huge part of the World Surf League Championship Tour this year for the first time ever, crowning world champions at Cloudbreak or restaurants. This is where the Dream Tour was really realized. Big thanks to a legend named Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew that wanted to make it a Dream Tour. And well done, Bugs. Look what we're going to see probably tomorrow. Fresh off the warm-up session, we got to see Yago Dora surf through a lot of fun, rippable size conditions here at Cloudbreak. Did a lot of airs. Got to meet with his coach, Leandro da Silva, as he prepares for the biggest day of his career. Two contenders for Brazil with Italo looking for a second world title, and he'll be in that first title match with Jack Robinson. They've had some feisty battles, you know, over the last couple of years. Italo still coached by Reynolds Hayes there as he's getting off the Red Bull ski. So much anticipation in what we might see tomorrow morning. It'll be a 7 o'clock a.m. morning show to break down the best in the world. The world number one is right next to Ronnie Blanky.
Thank you, Joey. Yago, that looked like a lot of fun, mate. The opportunity to get reacquainted with your equipment, tap back into your performance. You look very comfortable out there, mate. How did you feel?
Yeah, that was super fun. It was nice seeing everyone starting to get barreled again. It's been a couple of days of only trying to do some turns, being really small, but today it was fun. It was started to line up for our session, and yeah, we had a really nice little window.
Mate, congratulations on a magic year. The highlight reel is incredible. So many big turns, so many magic performances for you. But how's the experience been? Your first WSL final series and having a shot at a maiden world title?
Yeah, it's pretty cool being here. I dreamed about this moment for a couple of years now. I just missed out the last 2 years. So yeah, I'm just so happy to be here, and I'm not as nervous as I thought I would be, actually. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. Of course, being in Fiji helps, and yeah, it's such a good place, a place I love. It's easier for sure.
Beautiful. It's been an interesting lead up, being that we haven't had the opportunity to do too much surfing before this world title showdown. How have you been just keeping your mind at ease and making sure you're still tapped into that magic performance you've been bringing all year?
Yeah, I think what helped me a lot is that I came here straight from Tahiti, and I was able to get a good swell as soon as I got here, and that gave me the confidence. You know, I was able to try my bigger boards and get reacquainted with this lineup and find some good barrels, and yeah, I had a good time. I had some really nice waves, and that gave me my confidence. And yeah, just the down days, just trying to stay busy, surf a little bit, work out, also enjoying the island. You know, you can't be too nervous and like too tense. You have to be present, you know. That's what I've been trying to do, just be present in each moment and each day, not really like thinking, oh, tomorrow is the day, like the second is the day, you know, like I'm living day by day.
But tomorrow might be the day.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait.
Mate, congratulations on an epic year, and all the best for bringing this thing home. Well done.
Well done out there, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Yeah, Yago's looking very calm. It doesn't look like any of his answers are canned, you know, like he's not just going through the motions with Ron Dog out there. He's present. He's talking to you like he normally would. It's really thoughtful, and he was strategic in leaving Tahiti and coming straight here. I mean, you don't mind that, knowing that it was pulsing. So really great to see Yago in that kind of headspace. Thanks for joining us on the Corona Cero Post Show. Cheers to Flick and Vano.
You. Yeah, guys, good to see you.
How good is this?
Oh, well, yellow alert. I mean, cheers to that, first of all, because, yeah, it's been, look, it's been a beautiful week. That's the best way to describe it. You don't say long over here because you're just so happy. You're just surrounded by beauty everywhere you look. And, but you kind of have had moments where you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. We're going to be crowned world champions. It's just so trippy to think that we've just been in this just sort of beautiful vacay with the best surfers in the world all, you know, sharing space. But I'm really, really excited for what's coming.
It's so true, Flick, and it just gives us more time to go through scenarios. It gives the media more time to get a hold of these guys. And, you know, we've seen Molly kind of leaving Tavarua, heading over here to book a room right here at the Marriott with us. And, you know, everyone's just trying to manage their time well, manage their time with the media, knowing that they're getting a lot of similar questions about those feelings and emotions. And a lot of them have pretty been willing to sit down and talk about it, Flick.
I think that's been really cool. You think about the last couple of finals, it's ran pretty quickly, right? If not that first day, the second day. Whereas we've had a lot of time to think about it, to digest on things, to talk around different narratives, different storylines, and also these couple of practice sessions, which everyone's been privy to now, which, you know, it's pretty cool. Everyone gets a look in, really, and you can all start sort of making those predictions. But I still stand by what I say, that I think tomorrow is just going to be a totally different story. I mean, I feel that, yeah, it's going to be whoever just has, you know, someone's going to get a blinder tomorrow, and you can forget these practice sessions because, yeah, I think that's what makes it so scary. That
it's just right there. We're on the eve of it, aren't we? You know, seeing who's going to be lifting up that big trophy tomorrow. All eyes are on the surfers in yellow, like Molly Picklum, who's felt this Final Five before where she's finished 5th in the world. But this year feels a lot different. We caught up with Molly Picklum talking about the big day.
I'm at ease with the fear of failing. I'm more okay with that, so then I can free myself to go and try and win. I'm not someone that'll sign up to running away from something, you know, like I don't like to hide. We kind of know that. I'll wear my heart on my sleeves a little bit and I'll kind of say it how it is. So, yeah, I don't really leave anything unsaid or unseen. And I think fear of failure, you haven't like faced your internal battles, and I have. Like, I understand it's a real fear and I'm okay with that. Like, I want to succeed, I want to win. And I really mean that, and it's scary that may not happen. But you know what? I've learnt this year more than any other year that I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with my choices. I love this job. I love surfing, and that's for me to be able to say that, it gives me goosebumps. It's like I think that's the world title trophy that every human being wants, and I kind of already have it. So a trophy won't bring me that, but yeah, it'll definitely put a lot of smiles on my family's face, my face, and it'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool headspace, and what a great chat. Thank you, Shannon Waller, who was able to sit down with Molly Picklum in the lead up to one of the biggest days in her career, and there's been so much growth. We talked about the change of leaving Glen Micro Hall full time, and it reminds you of like the way Carissa Moore would put together a world title campaign, and even more so that she called up Mitch Ross last minute to join her here in Fiji, Vaughn.
Yeah, it's been an incredibly, I'd say, the biggest year of growth personally for Molly. You know, to step away from structures that have been put around her as a child prodigy, to go it alone, to go it on her own terms. The thing I love the most about that interview is that she really isn't surfing with something to lose. Like, she went through that last year and it really affected her. She had to basically break down why she was feeling so torn up by that loss. And this is where she's landed. I don't think you'll see anything tentative from Molly in this, in this final matchup. I think she'll be surfing in attack mode, and full credit to her for putting in the work to get to this place, because that is maturity.
And also just being under the weather when she arrived and having all these down days. Now she's just feeling her body come back, feeling her just feeling well and 100%. That's what she was hoping for the World Title Showdown. Let's go to practice session number 1. Molly was a part of that with Jordy Smith, Katie Simmers, Jack Robinson, and Betty Lou Sakura Johnson. We woke up to some turbulence with the wind and also a little help from Austin to get Molly's jersey on. But yeah, the conditions slowly improved throughout the day.
Yeah, it's good to see waves again, you know, that the surfers have mentioned. It's been really small the last couple of days. Everyone finding their feet again. Everyone got reps on the board in this session. I mean, as you see Jack here, just banking a couple of backhand turns. But the surf for me, I mean, as we see Katie here, for me it was Jordy in this session. I think he looked really good. He looked really calm. We saw a couple of shots of him on the boat, but what he was able to put together in this free surf, I mean, that looked pretty dangerous for tomorrow.
Yeah, the size of Jordy's turns. So they're demanding, aren't they? The amount of water he displaces off the top, which shows if there are some big performance sections for Jordy tomorrow, which there will be, he's going to be really hard to beat as far as power is concerned.
Yeah, the turns are only going to get bigger. They're not getting smaller. I mean, more canvas, more wall, more power, and that just gives more for Geordie to lean into. So that's cool. Molly did pull off a couple of really cool snaps in this. Took a couple little wipeouts, but I thought there was a noticeable difference in the attack of Katie Simmers. I felt like all week she's just been making friends with this lineup. In this session, she just had a little more sting, a little bit more speed, like engage the rail a little more. There's the big turns from Geordie you're talking about, and Katie caught a lot of waves too. I could just see that there's a bit more attack here. She's starting to fire up.
Great to see Katie just find that rhythm today. Molly also getting comfortable with the lineup. And you're thinking, what will be the biggest difference be with Molly and Katie? A lot of those predicting that it'll be them for the world title. We'll wait and see. Gabby's obviously world number 2. But if it turns into the ledge game of the barrel really coming into the equation, what will we see there as far as favorites?
Wow, I mean, for the barrel, I mean, you can't go back, past, I don't think you can go past Katie or Molly. I think it's going to depend on, size tomorrow and how much that swell really fills in, because, if it's looking a little bit small, like, it's going to be bigger than today, but, I almost go towards Caroline being the goof. She's looked super zappy. Her turns have been really tight in the pocket. And if those barrels are, okay, it's going to be bigger than today, but a little bit on that smaller chest, she's going to be tucking in really easily on the forehand, get a great read. So, yeah, I don't know. It could be anyone's game. I'm interested. It depends on swell for me and where that really fills in.
And it's interesting, right? How big this day is already with the pressure that comes with all of this. I mean, we're going to feel it. It'll be tangible in the air, but also for the surfers, they're in two minds. They'll be like, okay, we're practicing at Cloudbreak. Are we getting sent out at restaurants as well? I mean, they're going to be on their toes tomorrow, Vaughn.
Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on that surfline forecast, because it's just it's bouncing around this system, and thank goodness we've got that sort of expert knowledge on it. Just in regards to that women's side of the draw, there's so much talk around sort of Caroline having that advantage. And so Katie and what she's brought to surfing, but Sakura on the island is fierce, and she looks so ready. And Gabby as well has been on her own program and is bringing a lot of power to this lineup. It is just such an impressive top 5. It's going to be so fun to watch it play out.
Second group in the practice session was fun. That was led by the yellow jersey of Yago Dora. In the water with world number 2, Gabby Bryan. World number 3, Griffin Colapinto. Number 4, Caroline Marks and Italo Ferreira. Number 5, he was so fired up. So many great reads from Yago today.
Yeah, Yago impressed me once again. He impressed me the other day, in the first practice session we saw. Just smooth, silky surfing. I think his style on his forehand is really beautiful to watch. Just the way he's linking together maneuvers. And another guy on the forehand, which just looked incredible again. Italo, absolutely fired up. I mean, super jazzed, coming out of, linking barrels to turns and just really leaving nothing left on the table. And Caroline as well. I mean, this is to the point, just looking super zappy and connected.
Speaking of just the role that Gabby Bryan's been on, she's looming in the mix at number 2, Vaughn. That clearly made the statement is the most powerful surfer on tour, and that's been really heavily showcased on the rights, but in these practice sessions, she's just as powerful on her backhand.
Well, I was saying to Kaipo before, as we see Yago there starting to throw a little bit of Italo back at him. I mean, we know Yago is incredible in the air, but it has been a bit of an Italo show out there as far as the airs have been concerned. But yeah, I was saying to Kaipo before, Gabby really made a big statement in the free surfs when the swell was up. Erin Brooks actually mentioned to me that she thought of all the women who were surfing in those bigger days, she was impressed with Gabby the most. I think that says something really. Erin has such a good understanding of this lineup, and she won last time it was here, so she's seeing something in Gabby that she likes.
Yeah, and we talked about surfers making a gamble. For Yago, it was changing his coach at the start of the year. For Gabby, it's changing the coach, after J-Bay and after a win, parting ways with Richard Dogmarsh and using local knowledge with Tahudai Henry in Tahiti. She got the best barrel of her life there. And then calling up a longtime CT standout, 2 U.S. Open's titles for Brett Simpson. So Simpo's here in Gabby Bryan's corner.
I think it is interesting because, she's somehow become this underdog conversation, but I believe that that can't be true. You look at the momentum that she's carried from Chobes to, as we see Yago just getting hitted on that end section. But you look at the momentum Gabby's had from Chobes, and like that was undeniable just watching that progression in her surfing and backside tube riding, because I think that was the question mark, you know, before that previous event, and that question's been answered. She's answered it. We know she's going to rise to the occasion if that challenge is there and if those bigger barrels are on offer tomorrow. So, yeah, without a doubt, that top 5 picture, it's hard to, you know, really pick one of who's going to be, you know, at that final boss of Molly.
And I suppose it does go to your support crew on planning the day. You know, Gabby Bryan's going through this for the first time, you know, to try to entertain the idea of what is it like to be world number 2? What is it like to see people running towards you? And then you've got to start hot because you don't really have time to have a warm-up match.
I wonder how much of an advantage it is for the crew who have actually surfed in this format before. I think it's huge. I actually think it's massive because the day moves so quick. As you were saying, Joey, like there's going to be factors in there that you hopefully your coaches are well across, like spending an entire day on a boat for a start and then still having the energy and the focus to go out there, you know, 20 minutes after you come in, if you get through your heat, not lose yourself in all of that energy of the day. And I think if you've been through that before, you're going to be really a lot more comfortable as it's playing out. But, you know, it's there. It's sitting there for Gabby. Only a couple of heats to get it done. And, yeah, I think she'll really enjoy it if the juice fight like kicks in.
Gabriella Bryan after a practice session hanging out with Ronnie Blakey on the boat.
Here with Gabriella Bryan, who's coming off her best ever championship tour season. 3 wins, more than anyone else on the CT, Gabby. Congratulations, firstly, on making this final 5. And just tell us how you're feeling. It feels like the day is upon us.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but also just so excited. It's kind of like tomorrow is just like you give it your all and just leave it all out there, and that's the best I can do. So, yeah, obviously I want to win so bad, and world title is a dream of mine. But yeah, it's been an incredible year, so much to be proud of already, and to see if I can just put the cherry on top.
Amazing. Your performances this year on the forehand in particular, you blew minds. Let's put it that way. Extremely dominant on the forehand. How are you going to get it done on your backhand where you're still chasing your first win with that approach?
Yeah, I mean, there's no better place to get your first win on your backhand than here right now. So, I mean, I'm confident in my backhand. I'm really confident on my forehand. I stand up on my forehand, and it just is so natural to me. But between here, the last few weeks, and Tahiti, I'm definitely gaining confidence. And just a huge goal of mine is just to keep improving, and I think I've been doing that. So give it my best shot tomorrow.
When you get to this point, are you paying any mind to your rivals as they move through the draw, or is it just simply focus on your own game, stay in tune, and formulate a good game plan with the help of Brett Simpson to shut this thing down?
Yeah, I definitely think it's just focus on myself. I was talking to one of my friends and had some really good advice, like wasting your energy and focus on someone else isn't going to help you. So just stick to you and your strengths. And yeah, I think out here, forehand and backhand is so different. You're almost looking for a different kind of wave. So yeah, I'm just really focusing on myself and doing everything I can to be the best tomorrow.
It's been a magic year, and I'm sure it'll be even more magic for you if you could get that world title, but it's going to be a fantastic show. We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, and to everyone back home watching, I know that I have so much love and support back home and around the world, so thank you everyone, and yeah, tomorrow's showtime. Let's do this.
Thank you so much, Ronnie, and a big happy smile that you always see on the face of Gabby Bryan. Every heat this year on tour has been impressive from her, picking up 3 big wins as we're still enjoying our time at the Fiji Marriott Resort, Momi Bay. Let's break down the run that we'll see for the women's side. Gabby Bryan, you see, is waiting in that number 2 seed. Her first match will either be between Katie, Caroline, or Betty Lou.
Wow, it's just so crazy. We sit here and we look at this, and we've had a long time to think about it, right? And pick it apart and see who's in form and who's not, and you know, who's quiet on the island, who's a bit more boisterous and getting amongst it. But yeah, I can't wait. We're literally less than 24 hours away now from possible go time. And yeah, I can't wait to see this unfold.
Then flipping it to the men's side, that first match has been on paper for a long time. Jack Robinson starts with priority in match 1 over the 5th seed Italo Ferreira-Vaughn.
Yeah, well, normally it's like a crack in the dam that will lead to the dam breaking. It feels like it's just going to explode straight off the bat with this matchup, and then like get ready for the floodwater to come through, because every matchup has the potential to be a classic. Like, everyone here is in form. Everyone is bringing something different in terms of firepower. Bring it on. So pumped.
We finally got to this point where we're like, all right, let's see this thing play out. And now the last thing that we're still running through our minds are how the waves are going to be tomorrow morning. Big thanks to Kevin Wallace and the crew at Surfline for giving us every breakdown multiple times a day. And now the big day right around the corner now. We saw that swell just pick up throughout those morning sessions. The wind even got a little bit more groomed, and we're expecting to wake up to clean conditions tomorrow morning.
Oh, I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be the biggest day of the waiting period, right? Which is super exciting. We've been tracking these storms, those big purple blobs moving up towards Fiji. But yeah, the next 3 days, I mean, it's looking great. You can see tomorrow we've got 5 to 8 foot in the afternoon. Yep, that swell's picking up. Maybe you're going to see 10-foot faces, starting offshore in the morning, a little bit onshore in the arvo. But Wednesday morning, beautiful, 8 to 10 foot offshore. So we've got lots to really chew the fat on. And I think really tomorrow, though, it's looking great. It's looking the biggest of the waiting period. And let's go.
We've kind of got to the old school part of it all. We love the Surfline forecast. Now we're going old school, just like Kevin says. Now you got all the information. Wake up and check it. Let's see how we go tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't turn your back on pumping waves, and there's going to be no shortage of swell. We'll deal with the wind as it plays out, but yeah, at least we know this thing is going down in waves of truth. Like, answer the call, become the world champ.
Yeah.
Epic. Vaughn, Flick, cheers, you guys.
Cheers again.
Enjoy the last afternoon before game day. Yellow alert continues tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. local time here for Dawn Patrol ahead of the Lexus WSL Finals Fiji presented by Corona Cero. Make your picks for the World Title Day. Cancel all plans. The biggest day for pro surfing starts tomorrow. This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.